And I will start on the weekly, even though this is a young asset. Okay, it has pretty much consolidated its whole life. So 1,000 days of consolidation. That's interesting. How big is the range? The range is 1,000%. So really, this one looks fun to trade. Damn, so like a 600% range. That looks smaller than it is, but okay. Let me put on the monthly 10. Okay, let me go to the daily. Yeah, I mean, the daily screamed above, the RSI screamed above its EMA, which is the squiggly white line, came back and got stuck in the golden pocket. So like on any time frame, this is kind of like the golden pocket. If you are writing, and this is a trick I kind of try to teach to my Discord community, like depending on what time frame you're trading, if you can see the RSI really coil up here, but specifically, let me zoom in there, but very specifically use the EMA as support just under this white line. That is like, that's your golden pocket. Take this moment to give me a quick thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, check out the Discord community within the description section, follow me on Twitter at cosasverdes with the number 2 afterward, and if online community is not your thing but you want exclusive content above and beyond what I offer on YouTube, click the join button right below this video, another video will pop up describing your options to you. It usually gets good continuation, so I like that. This looks like it's getting ready to scream above it. Honestly, this looks like it'll be a good spot trade. The Stokes, I mean, they look a little lackluster, but Stokes are finicky anyway. Structurally, it looks just fine. You got a great higher low, 1, 2, 3 higher lows with consolidation under your resistance point. So right now your resistance point's the weekly 10, and your next one is the monthly 10. So if it, with the idea that this breaks out, it's probably going to go straight up to about 52 cents, 51 to 52 cents, maybe only 49, depending on how long it takes to get there. So it could be somewhere between 48 to 52 cents, and then it'll probably want to pull back or consolidate or do something else for a little while. It'll need to calm down, but that'll still be close to a 32% move, and that would be its next area. Let me put on the weekly 21 just to make sure it's not between them. That would be awkward. It is between them. Damn it! It'll still probably go above it. I think it'll still try to go to the monthly 10. So I would make a guess between 48 to 52 is where this is going. It looks like it wants to get it, and really, this is not financial advice, folks, but if you now that closure on Bitcoin happened, this honestly looks like a really good setup. You wouldn't be chasing green candles, and again, not financial advice, but I'm almost, and I don't think this trades on KuCoin, but if this were on KuCoin, I would potentially consider using my other screen to to pick up a little bit. This is a good, I like it. Let me try to find evidence against that. So let's see if Bitcoin had a fake out or not. So Bitcoin is not faking out. It looks good. Still looks good. Okay, so go back to Beam. All right. What could go wrong here? Let me look at the 12-hour. 12-hour. Ooh. Let me look at the 8-hour. Yeah, I mean, the 8-hour 200 EMA. Usually, when you get a 10 EMA, squeezing and using as support. So let me take off the weekly 10. So now we just have 8-hour stuff. Even the 8-hour agrees, like this, that's using the 10 as support, getting ready to squeeze above. And usually 4-hour time frames and above, this squeeze play typically gets a pretty good amount of follow through. Obviously, depending on what larger time frame resistances are up here. But once this starts getting above here, you can see how these candles tried to get above, but they couldn't close above. You see that? And this is honestly a perfect squeeze play on the 8-hour, and typically 8-hour can get some fairly damn good follow through. I think this is a good eye. And on Discord, sometimes on days where I'm coming up short on finding good coins to look at, but other people are into other coins like Beam that I've never heard of. This is a good trade setup within the context of what Bitcoin's doing. This hasn't taken off yet. It's getting ready to have a squeeze play. I don't know anything news about it, but there could be extra analysis within here saying, hey, the founders did this or whatever. I don't know, but from a strictly charting standpoint, this looks like it's getting ready to take off and hit those targets that I mentioned earlier. And again, I'm going to use the MTF indicator take off my 8-hour stuff, go back to the 15-minute chart, and it looks like it's going to want to race up. Its path there, I don't know exactly how it'll get there, like how much it'll go up, down, up, down, up, down, but I don't think it'll just be like one 15-minute candle. That's 30%, right? It might do something more similar to... well, maybe it actually could. This does have the habit of really spiking up. It could do something... Honestly, it really could just spike right up. It could do something like this because of that squeeze play. It does have the ability... And let's see what that exact fractal would do here. I bet it hits it pretty close. It would go above my target. That would take it to 56 instead of what I was saying to 52. It could. I guess this. I mean, the way this moves, sometimes it does just go straight up to hit that resistance. It could be a fast one. So if since you did a super chat for $10, I'll go into a little bit more detail. The way you would want to manage that is, you want to make sure you have some limit orders. As long as you think my analysis is okay to some degree. You don't necessarily want to just hold on with no limit sells up here in the 48 to 52, 50, maybe even 56. Like I would spread them out. But if you had $1,000 worth, I don't know if I would 100 bag or sell all of what I bought down, all of my $1,000 here, but I would probably do, I would probably get rid of 50% there at least, or maybe just depending on what you want out of the trade. If you want to accumulate this, then I wouldn't 100 bag. If this is just a trade setup for you and you don't care about this coin, then if you don't care about the coin, then I would probably get rid of all of it at that point within this target zone. But something like Dash, I like to trade Dash simply to accumulate it, so I rarely 100 bag. And recently on Dash, for example, so let me show you an example on Dash, which I might have to buy Dash back right now. I was selling Dash. Let me actually look at my. I closed my Coinbase, but I think I was selling. My highest sell was 136, and then one was at 127, and one was at 130. So I think my 127 was here. Yeah, I sold some here, thinking that it could just spike down. I sold some when it hit that an origin line, and then I sold some on the way down at 130. So Dash is not following Bitcoin because Dash had a very nice big run before Bitcoin had its run. So Dash doesn't always move with it. But the point is, related to the answer to Beam to that super chat, is that if you are trying to accumulate, I think I 40 bagged total. I did a 10 bag here when it was falling down after this big scream up, thinking because of the big scream up, it could have 2 to 3 more pumps, and it actually did have 2 more. Because usually after a big scream, you have the bearish divergence start forming here. So if I went to like the 2-hour chart, I bet you'll see bearish divergence. Something like that. And bearish divergence means the RSI is going down while price is still going up. So right here, yeah, and so it is on the 2-hour chart. Right here is the highest point of the RSI, and that coincides with this. On this one, RSI was lower and under its EMA, and on the third one was a third strike of bearish divergence, right? And so and it hit the origin line. That's why I sold a little bit more at that point. And this is Dash. So on your coin, you might see something similar to that. If you get a big scream, typically that big scream up, it doesn't just come straight down. There are some coins that behave like that, but when Beam takes off, if it has a big scream, it'll usually go oomph and oomph before it then gives up. And you'll see the 2-hour or 4-hour RSI start to try, get sloopy here, and it stops making higher highs once the 2 and 4 hour are exiting this green zone. And if setting up a chart like mine isn't something that you're aware of because you're new, Joe, then I do have a 28-minute tutorial video that's extremely straightforward, straight to the point. A lot of the comments on it are pretty good, saying, "Damn, this is a good trading view tutorial." It's within one of my playlists on my channel. You just go to that. I think it's the ones that say like learn trading. I think that playlist, something like learn trading basics or whatever, and it's one of those. So and so you can use that same exact RSI, so you can better determine when to start getting out of that trade setup for Beam. So.